everyone, this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So, a week ago now, I went to Glastonbury and just spent one night, overnight, with my brother. And I would have done this sooner, to talk to you about the Glastonbury trip and the things I picked up. But unfortunately, the next day I actually got sick. So it's like a cold flu-y thing, and my voice still might be a bit funny, but I thought it's been a week now. I need to do this. So yeah, so we went on the Sunday, early Sunday morning. So we were like in Glastonbury by 10, 10:15, something like that, and the shops don't even open till 10:30, 11. But that was fine because we went straight up the tour. My brother's never been to Glastonbury before, so it was like a really cool experience for him. He loved it, and I cannot believe it, honestly. He's so much fitter than me, but he's 9 years younger than me. But the last little bit, the last few steps up to the tour, he ran up them. Like, oh my god, there's me still half a mile behind, just about managing to get up there. But to be fair though, my brother, he said he did help me on a couple of difficult bits where the steps were really high, and he said, to be fair, he said, you've done pretty well actually. So I thought, oh good. So yeah, so we did that, came back down, you know, had a bit of lunch and stuff in one of the cafes that I've never actually been in before. It's called Heavy's. It's kind of almost next door to the Mockerberry. And I was obviously off Slimming World plan, and we decided to have like a sausage roll each, and these were like proper sausage rolls. It was so nice. My brother couldn't wait. And then we had an oat and blueberry sort of slice cake each, and that was so nice. It literally fell apart when you were eating it. It's like, I know I'll have put on weight when I go back to Slimming World, but it was worth it though, sort of. So yeah, and I had a chai latte, and I don't know, he had a tea. And we're staying overnight in the Georgian Pilgrims because he wanted to experience it, and it's really old, from the 1400s, and haunted as well. Of course, we didn't know what room we were going to get. We got a twin room, but yeah, so there was a little bit of stuff that went on there. Because we were staying, so Sunday night, coming back Monday, and we got a twin room. When we went up there, I thought, wow, it's small. It was quite small, this room. I don't think I've ever seen one that small in the Georgian Pilgrims before. But we did get it quite cheaply, so to be fair, you're only sleeping in there. Anyway, it was room 14 in what is the slightly newer part of the building. You had to go up 2 flights of stairs and then up some more, and then another couple round a corner, up another couple. We were right at the very end door facing. And we kind of heard this noise, and I said, oh, it's probably the pipes or something. You know, when you run the shower or that type of thing, you get like a noise that you can get. And I thought, it's probably all it is, and we didn't take too much notice. I went downstairs. We had, because they were just doing Sunday roasts and catch of the day, so fish dish. So I had turkey and my brother had beef. It was really nice. And we said, oh, well, we'll have a little drink and then we'll go up, you know. We went back up, and this was about 9 o'clock at night. When, you know, we'd been sat up there probably since about 9:15, something like that. And I said, there's that noise again. Now, we've not been in the shower or anything, and it was this noise. But it started off quite slow, so just brother said, it sounds like it's outside the door. I said, I know. And then it sounded like it was tapping on the door. I was like, oh my God, that actually sounds like something like that on the door. I was like, oh God, oh God. And it was getting louder. And my brother said, right, do you know what? He shouted out first, he said, you're not going to get anywhere with us, so don't even try it. Go away. And it kind of slowed down, but then came back again. And so he said, I'm going to open the door. I said, oh my God, no, because that corridor was so dark out there, because the lights only activated once you started walking out into the corridor, so it's pitch black out there. And he opens the door and we could still hear this. And then all of a sudden it did this. Really fast, up towards the door. And my brother and I both at exactly the same time, it was like this physical force tried to come right in the door, right at us. I honestly thought I was going to put my hands up against something physical. I screamed because it really seriously was like something just going whoa, into us like that, like it was something physical coming in the room, but it just looked like a black mass. My brother like slammed the door shut. We were like freaking out. And he videoed and said, oh, we've just had this happen. You know, and we sent it to Simon, my friend over at the Hermit's Cave, because we were like freaking out about it. But it was really kind of creepy. I mean, we, like my brother said, you know, we both at exactly the same time went, whoa, because it was literally, the only thing I can say, it was like a force, like as if a man was going to come into the room at you, and like if you went like that, you'd feel them. So scary. And the thing was, it was the way that that thing went really, really fast just before that happened. I was like, oh my God, I was so scared in my life. It was so creepy. And I said, oh God, it feels really horrible in this room now, I don't know. And he said, right, let's just go back down to the bar, because they're open till 10:30, the pub, and have another drink and let it calm down up here and then come back up, which is what we did, and it was okay. So during the night, we decided to leave a small lamp on, because we turned all the lights off, and my brother said, oh, no way. Am I sleeping in here in the pitch dark? Not when that had just happened, because we would have just been sick. So we kept like this small lamp on. It wasn't really, really bright or anything. And managed to get some sleep. But then, well, let's just say that the two beds were like here, and there was a TV on the wall in front with a little red light just still. So like it's on standby. Fine, no problem. 3 o'clock in the morning, at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, and anybody that's into like the paranormal will know that there's this thing about 3 o'clock in the morning, that things very often happen at that time, and this was dead on 3 o'clock in the morning. The TV lights started flashing, as if somebody had pressed the remote control and was going to switch TV on. And I was like, oh my God, my brother's in the next bed going, what? I said, look, the TV light's flashing. He said, was it doing that before? I said, no, it was just still. I said, that's just started flashing now at exactly 3 o'clock. He said, I'll stop that. And he got out of bed and switched the power off, which did stop it. But the next morning we tested it, switched the power back on, just a still red light. When you press the remote to turn the TV on, then the light would start flashing, but the screen would come on with the make of the TV and that on it. Well, that didn't happen. When the light was flashing at 3 o'clock, it was just, the red light was just flash, 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 but the screen didn't come on. So I don't know. We told them about it downstairs in the Georgian Pilgrims, and they said they hadn't, that was the first time they'd heard of anything happening in room 14. But me and my brother things seem to be drawn towards us when we're together. We've noticed it before numerous times. And they said that the haunted rooms are the 4 poster rooms. Room 5, which is a room I was in on my own twice, the Abbott Dunstan room, apparently is haunted. But then I found that out for myself last time, with all the cups shaking and everything on the side. But it was really cool. But I said to my brother, I'd love to have been in the older part. So we've said that hopefully before the end of the year, we'll go back. And we've found that one of the twin rooms that they have in the older part, called the Monk's Cell, is a twin, and it's got all the black beams and everything in it. So what we're gonna try and do is call the hotel directly and see if we can book that room. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, you know, my brother, he was talking about sleeping in the car. He said, if this carries on, sleeping in the car. I said, you are not. I said, you are not leaving me in this room on my own. Well, you'll have to come down in the car as well. I said, oh, for God's sake, no. You know, but we didn't do that, obviously. But no, it was really nice. It was lovely to be back in Glastonbury again. Just that feeling. Even my brother said, there's something in there's really something. I mean, we were halfway up the tour, and I said I'd got this feeling of almost feeling sick kind of thing. But I've had that before in Glastonbury, and it's almost like, because of the energies there, like it's like an overload of everything, and I kind of get sort of headachy and sicky type of feeling. It does wear off, but it's not pleasant at the time, especially when you're halfway up the tour. But it was fine. And we went in a few shops, went in like the Goddess and the Green Man, and Speaking Tree. Labyrinth Books was open, and they're not always, so we went in there. My brother actually got a book, and he's not a big reader because he's dyslexic. He finds it difficult to read. He will read, but it takes him a long time, and he can only read a little bit at a time, otherwise it doesn't kind of sink in. So I think he might have a bit of ADD as well. But yeah, and so we did that. And of course, had to go into Sons of Asgard. That was like an amazing experience, because obviously I love Sons of Asgard. They are an amazing shop. They are my favourite shop in the High Street in Glastonbury. Chris and John, who are the owners of Sons of Asgard, they are both lovely, so nice. Honestly, you couldn't wish for nicer people. And they're so helpful as well, and you know, they'll chat to you, and we got really chatting with them. We were chatting with them for quite some time, and even talking about haunted experiences. And when we said we were staying in the Georgian Pilgrim, Chris was like, oh no, what room have you got? Because apparently room 9 is the haunted room, and it's like, oh God, I hope we haven't got room 9. But he was talking about some different experiences that he'd had and stuff, and we were chatting, and I bought a few things. But we also went back on the Monday and we're chatting to them again. And I also purchased a couple of other things on the Monday as well. When I was in there, Chris was just laughing at me. And John, on the first day that I went in there, he said, would you like a basket, or would that make it worse? No, I don't think I will take the basket, it will make it worse. Pile more things in. No, but again, I'd saved up for this. I will say that I always have to with Glastonbury. I can't just go without actually saving up the money for it. And I wouldn't like to go without any money, because it's one of those places where it would be awful if you were walking around the shops. There'd be so much stuff that you'd see, and if you didn't have any money, it wouldn't be nice. So, and we were talking to them about my brother and I have been to Finnemore Woods, and I've put a couple of videos I think on here before, the haunted woods near Marlow in Buckinghamshire, so not too far from us, that we've been to before. It's really creepy. And we were telling Chris in particular, John was there as well, but we were particularly talking to Chris about this. and what we'd experienced there and the different things, and he was really interested, and he said that he hopefully him and John are going to would like to come down and go to those woods with me and my brother, which would be so cool if they were able to do it. And I have messaged with Chris since, and he said, yeah, we would really like to do it, but it's obviously when they can, because they've got a huge shop to run, and they do have staff who are also lovely, by the way, but even so. But he did say that maybe if we get to do it, because there's no guarantees, if we get to do it, that we might do a collaborative video, so that would be cool, because they have a YouTube channel as well, which John is going to be starting to put some more content on now, because you know, he wasn't able to do it for a little while for like personal reasons, and now he's going to start like putting some of their products and different things like that on there, I think. So that'll be really cool. So now I've waffled on for 16 minutes, guys. Seriously, I'm surprised you might actually have switched off by now, but we are going to get into the things that I actually bought. So first of all, when we were going to go up to the tour, we'd got, you have to kind of go slightly up a hill and then through a gate. And we were just going through the gate, and there was this lady, and she was setting up this box. And I'm thinking, what's she doing? The box. And there was all these rocks in it that she'd painted. So she'd set out all these rocks, and she'd got like a cardboard sign saying how much for each stone. And I said to my brother, if she's still there when we come back down, I might get one, you know, or a couple or something, you know. So when we come back down, she wasn't there, but she'd left the stones in the box and had another little square box with a coin slot. So she'd left an honesty box there for you to take the stones that you wanted and put the money in, which I did. I took what I wanted and I put the right money in there. But I said to my brother, I said, you're going to get people that are going to just take them and not pay, and I just think it's so wrong. I could not do that myself. It was the same when we went to go to the tour, because I said to my brother, normally I've walked it all the way up to Wellhouse Lane before you even start the tour. And he said, well, is there a car park? I said, I don't think so. Anyway, we drove up there, and there's like a factory shop sign on the right hand side of the road, not far from Wellhouse Lane, and it's got tour parking in there. And again, we managed to get a space there. And again, when my brother went to pay, he said, it's an honesty box. He said, you put in the money, but we could see that there were people parking there that weren't putting the money in. My brother did, because he's like me, he wouldn't not, because, you know, it helps them out, doesn't it? It's all like for the upkeep and things like that, and it just, it kind of sickens me. I can't look at people if, you know, if I see that that's what they're going to do, they're just going to go, I'm not putting money in, it's just park for free. It's so, I just can't, I just don't like things like that. And the same with the young lady with the stones as well. So I chose this one, so you can see it's just got Glastonbury on it and like rainbows. And she had all different ones. It's got 2023 on. And she had all different ones, larger ones, ones that she'd just painted, say, pink with the tour design on it and things like that. But I just thought they were so cool. That's the back of it. And, you know, she's taken time to do these. So yeah, I thought it was really cool, and like I say, I got a couple, and I did pay her for it. I mean, look at the way the writing is. Even the writing's really nice. So yeah, so I got that. Had to stock up on incense again. You know me. So this is the boring part. You probably won't be that interested, but I always go into Dillaway and Dillaway, because they have a lot of the Satya incense. So I got, it's £1.50 a box, you can't really complain. So I've got Patchouli Forest, Egyptian Musk, Midnight, I love Midnight, Opium, and I haven't tried this before but I wanted to try it, is the Oud. So I got those in the Satya range. In Goddess and the Green Man, they have their own kind of range of incense. So, and I tried the rosemary one before of their range, and I wanted to try a couple of the others. So this is called Banjara incense. So this is the patchouli. So I got one of those. I got a Mayan Kapal in that range, and these were £2 each. And I got a cedar pine one. Boxes are really nice as well. So that was the incense for this time. Well, actually it's not all of the incense, because I did pick up some others in Sons of Asgard, but we'll talk about that when I get on to the Sons of Asgard things. So yeah, so we went to quite a lot of the shops. We went into the Goddess Temple shop as well, but I didn't buy anything in there. I mean, I still spent, I suppose, a reasonable amount of money, but not stupid amounts. I did get some books, not loads again, but I wanted to get a couple more Dion Fortune books, because, you know, she was the high priestess that actually lived at Glastonbury in Chalice Orchard, which is just as you enter Wellhouse Lane on the left-hand side. It's actually been sold now. That was her house where she used to live, called Chalice Orchard. And she was a high priestess, well known, and she, along with other witches, you might say, during the war, did a kind of working to stop the Germans invading England. Obviously we know they didn't. I mean, whether that was anything to do with what they did, I don't know, but that was apparently what they were attempting to do. But anyway, I saw, because Labyrinth Books, which is further up the street towards the top end, they tend to have quite a lot of Dion Fortune books. They have a lot of books that I really like the look of as well, but they're not open all the time now. They're only open 2 or 3 days a week, I think. But I was able to pick up Applied Magic by Dion Fortune, and this was £11.99. So it's like that inside. So that's really cool. I'm just interested to read it, you know. And also her Aspects of Occultism. Really cool cover, isn't it? And the introduction on both of these books is by Gareth Knight, and this was £11.99 as well. So I was just going to get those, and then I was just walking up to pay, and I saw this book, and I thought, wow. When I got to the to pay, the guy said, oh, I wondered how long that would last. He said, I only put it out this morning. He said, it's quite difficult one to get now. It's not an easy book to get, he said, and I wondered how long it would last once I put it out. And that is Doreen Valiente, Charge of the Goddess. Now, some of you will know that I really love the Doreen Valiente books, like A Rebirth of Witchcraft and Witchcraft for Tomorrow. They're older books, but I still love it, and I love her autobiography as well. Doreen Valiente, really worth reading, particularly, you know, her biography of her. But I thought, oh wow, Charge of the Goddess, that's one of the books I haven't got. So I paid £10 for it, but even so, I mean, it's got £13.99 on there. but I paid 10 because I think it might be a used one, but it's in really good condition. So I thought, yeah, I've got to pick that up. So look at the cover's really cool as well. So this is the Mother of Modern Witchcraft. Then when I went into Courtyard Books on the last day, I picked this book up. Now this did cost me a little bit more because it's, I think it's a first edition 2021, so it is not new, but first edition hardback, and this is now out of print, even in paperback. So I did pay a bit more, but I really like this author, and I have several of her other books. So this is The Witch's Cabinet, Plant Lore, Sorcery and Folk Tradition, and it's by Corinne Boyer, and she's really, really good. And I mean, look at that cover, guys, seriously. And this is the back. So cool. And like I say, I did pay a bit more than I would normally for a book, but it was one that I wanted, that I didn't think I would be able to get, to be fair. And I got it in Courtyard Books, and my brother was like, did you just pay whatever for that? I'm not going to say, because and I said yes, and he said, when we were outside the shop, and he said, take it back and tell you don't want it. I said, no. I said, look, I said, it's fine. And he said, I'm going to look on Amazon. So there he is looking at it, and he said, oh, it's out of print. I said, see? I said, because Courtyard Books, I said, all the times I've been to Glastonbury, they're a really good bookshop, and they have never ripped me off, and I've never heard anyone being ripped off by them. If you pay a bit more for a book, it's because it's out of print, because they do used very old books and that, as well as new books. So you know, I'm fine with it, with what I paid. So that was that. And then whilst I was talking to Chris in Sons of Asgard, we were because he was laughing at me about, he said, oh, Celtic tree essences, because that's nearly always what I buy. He said, you must have our whole range by now. I said, well, not quite, but I'm getting there. I said, because I like to work with the trees, and, you know, I'll use their Celtic essence incense for specific times of the year, for specific trees of the sort of Ogham wheel of the year, if you like. And he said, have you got a divination deck or oracle deck of Celtic, of like the Celtic tree? I said, no. I said, I used to have like the Green Man one, which they now call Spirit of Nature Oracle. I said, but one of the cards got damaged, so I got rid of the deck, and I've not had it since. And he said, yeah, that one's okay, but the Oghams, the little sort of Ogham writing, if you like, it's really, really small on them. He said, and what he didn't like about the deck, it's not that he didn't like the deck, he said it is a nice deck, but they kind of, you know, it was more Green Man type of deck, because all the trees had faces in them, and some looked more male than female and all that type of thing. And he said it is still a nice deck, but he said the one I've got, and he showed me on screen, he said, is this one called the Celtic Tree Oracle. I said, oh. I said, I used to have that years ago, but I got rid of it. I'd never even looked at it. He said, well, he said, this is the one I use all the time. He said, and he said, I've used it so much, my cards are really tatty now. And he said, and the book for it is amazing. So he said, have a look. He said, because the Goddess and the Green Man used to have it, that's where I got mine. Anyway, I looked in there, they didn't have it. But I went into the Speaking Tree, and they had one left. And that is this, a Celtic Tree Oracle. And this is by Liz and Colin Murray. It cost me $22.99, which is not too bad, and it's an independent shop, and I don't mind supporting them. This is the back. So you get a nice hardback book, and he said to me, Chris did, that the book is amazing. He said it's so good. He said it's really good for you to kind of learn with. So I thought, oh, I've got to try and get this deck. So this is actually the only deck I bought when I was there this time. So I was good, you see, with decks. I did see another one, which I didn't pick up because I thought, no, I've spent enough money now. But I've actually got that in my basket on Amazon to get at some point. Well, I mean, it's going to be my birthday in a couple of weeks on the 7th of April, which is actually Good Friday as well, weirdly. So I might treat myself then, but we'll see. But yeah, so that is the deck, and I will do a walkthrough of that. I'll let you know when I've read them about the books, how they are and stuff. And now to the Sons of Asgard part. I've already been 30 minutes. I'm sorry guys, this video is going to be quite long. So I wanted to get one of their bind rune pillar candles. I wanted the protection one, but they were out of stock, which is fine because with Sons of Asgard, virtually everything in the shop is handmade by them, virtually. Not quite everything, but most stuff is. So you know, it's not like it's a production line or it's Amazon or anything. So if they're out of stock, you just have to wait until they're able to make those items again. So they were out of stock of the protection candle. So what I did, I got the Lunar Blessing bind rune candle. So we can open this so you can see what it's like. She says probably won't be able to slide it out, but anyway, these are quite large candles, and they're like they are like 15 pounds, but these are large candles. This is going to last quite a long time. So if we just open it like this so you can get an idea, otherwise we're going to be here all day. So the Lunar Blessing one is in silver, so this is all cut out and put onto these candles, and they're all, I mean, they're not scented or anything, but they are charged, and I think there's certain oils and things that go into them as well. So that looks really messy now because I've made a total mess of it. But as you can see, they are all wrapped and everything when you get them. And it is quite a large candle for £15. So that was the Lunar Blessing candle. And I will at some point get the protection one when they've got it back in stock. And I'm also waiting on them getting back in stock the Beltane celebration kits that they do. So I got that. Then, of course, I'd got a list. They were laughing at me because I'd got like this little book with everything written in it of the Celtic tree essence sprays and oils that I wanted. So I got oak. Celtic tree essence spray, which is oak, and it's just a spray top like that. I don't think I've ever had any product, well, I know I've never had any product of theirs that smells horrid, where I've thought, oh no, I don't like that. Never, so far anyway. And I got the Rowan one as well because I've already got Hawthorn and a couple of others, so I got the Rowan one. These are £6.50 each, and they're a 30ml bottle, so I got those two. Then I got 3 oils which you can use in a oil burner. So again, they were the Celtic tree essences, so I got Blackthorn. So these are the little bottles because it's just the oils that you just put a couple of drops in to an oil burner. That's Blackthorn. And these are £7.50 each. Apple and Rowan. So those. Then I got a couple of their oils, the type that you can, and now I'm saying this, that you can put it on your skin. I've put them on my skin and it's been fine, but obviously, you know, different people, different skin types. But I have put them on my skin, and I got this time, these are £5 each. And I got Druid's Grove, which is really cool. You've got like the little dropper top there. Druid's Grove, and the other one is Violet Flame. This is one I saw recommended on their website. People were saying how nice it is, Violet Flame. And it's used like for protection and different things. It does tell you on their website, and I looked these up obviously before getting them. Even my brother got a couple of the oils. I think he got a ritual one and something else, because even he didn't think he would be spending money in there, and he did, and he was surprised that, you know, the amount he bought, because he bought a tea as well and a spray, a meditation spray. Talking of which, meditation spray, this was so nice. This I blame on my brother, because he sprayed it, and as soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh my god, that smells so good. And plus I thought it might help me with meditation, because I'm not the best with it, and I thought, you know, spraying some of this, and my brother's already used some of his, and I haven't touched any of mine yet because I wanted to do this video, but it smells amazing, and he said it did help him. He also bought a spray for one of his daughters that has problems with her sleep. She's 6. That he asked them, do you have anything I could try? And they suggested a spray, and so far it has worked. So this is their magical spray meditation. This bottle is 100ml and it's £15. So these are a little bit more expensive, but you know, they're going to last ages. You're not going to be like using a ton of it. And the other one I wanted, I had to ask them, I said, I saw this on your Facebook page, I think. I said, have you got the energy clearing spray, the Celtic Spirit one? And he said, yes, we do. And he went and found it for me and said it's got juniper, pine, and a couple of other things in it, and it smells so good. Really like woodsy, but like an English forest, if you like. And that is this one. So this is the energy clearing spray, Celtic Spirit, and I absolutely love this. And oh my god, Chris was so kind. These are £15 each, and he said, when I got to the counter, because I'd spent quite a lot of money in there, he said, this is on us. So thank you, Chris and John. It's so kind of you to gift me this, because it's amazing, and I would repurchase it for sure. Then, because I've been kind of collecting these because I use them at different times of the year, as I said, they're stick incense. Now these are a bit more expensive than you would normally pay just for like your normal boxed incense, but these are handmade and they're for specific trees. These are the Celtic tree essence ones. So I got heather this time, hazel, alder, and ash. This is why Chris was laughing about I must have the whole lot by now. I said, not quite, I'm getting there. And I was so excited for this because I've been waiting for them to get their soy jar candles back in. But Chris said they'd been waiting, or Chris and John, I think it was John actually, that said they've been waiting to get the right wax because they want like the best they can get, the purest soy wax, not with any rubbish in it. So this is why it can take a long time sometimes for them to get things back into stock, because they want the right ingredients. And I don't blame them, because, you know, you want to have the best you can get. So I got one of their soy jar candles. This is... Hello everyone, this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon again. The previous video cut off because I'd been waffling too long. So I was talking about the things I'd bought from Glastonbury on my last trip a week ago, and we'd got to the soy jar candle, and I was just explaining that Chris and John, these had been out of stock for a long time because they were waiting on getting the best type of soy wax with no rubbish or anything in it. And you know, it's taken time, but now they are up and running with their soy wax candles again, and these are in a jar. This one is wildwood. There are some others that I want as well, that I will get at some point, but I got wildwood this time and it's so good. Oh, it smells so nice. So it looks like that in the top. So the jar is full up with the wax, and apparently Chris has been kind of working non-stop to get these onto the shelf, the different ones, and these are £10.50. But I think it will last quite a while if you burn them like in the correct way, trim the wick, etc. So yeah, these are really nice. I'll definitely be getting some more of these. And they are going to be doing wax melts as well, but again, they're waiting on getting the right kind of wax before they can offer those for sale again. And the other thing I got in this little bag was a tiger's eye bracelet. They do different ones, and they're marked at different prices because of depends on the type of crystal. These are the largest beads that they do, and this is, as I said, a tiger's eye one. This was £15. Some are more, some are less. If you get the smaller beads, they're less, you know. And they do crystal chip bracelets as well, but this was really nice. I thought, I do like tiger's eye. And when I bought it, John said, would you like it cleansed? I said, oh yes please, and they'll cleanse it for you with either white sage, pine or Palo Santo. So that's really good, and you get to choose a little bag for it. They've got different colours, and I chose the yellow one. So yeah, so that was everything, guys. I know it looks like a lot, but it's all things that I will use. The books are books that I will read. The incense I will use, the deck I will use. So none of this is just kind of bought for the sake of it and is not going to be used, because it definitely will be. And I can highly, highly, highly recommend Sons of Asgard. They are so good, so nice. They have, if you can't visit the shop in person, they do have an online website and shop, and I will link that below if you want to go over and check out what they have in stock. They also have the Asgard Academy, where you can do online courses with them as well. And yeah, so I will link their website below, and they do international orders as well. They will deliver internationally. So yeah, if there's anybody outside of the UK that would like to try their products, then you know you can do, because they will ship internationally. So yeah, so that was the fun of Glastonbury this time. I'm sorry it's kind of gone into two parts. It might not be two parts. I'm going to see if I can add this to the end of the other video, but if I can't, it'll be two parts. Sorry guys, you know me, I'm rubbish with editing, so but I will try. So yeah, so that's it for now. Very rambly, long boring probably video, but hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching, and I'm sure I'll be back soon with probably an unboxing walkthrough or something like that. So yeah, so I will see you all soon. I hope everyone's doing really well. Lots of bugs going around, I know, because I've just had one of them. So I hope everyone is well, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.